What has happened in 2014 is phenomenal in the sense, like it was for the first time center of right party has come to power with absolute majority. So till then, like even most of the times it was like center of center of left which has been ruling India. So it didn't make any much difference to this entire cabal. So they, and most of the dissenting voices actually, so to speak, had like a kind of a personal hatred or enmity, and also they felt threatened in the sense, like for the past 6 decades only one narrative used to dominate the political discourse or the cultural discourse, so to say every aspect of the governance or the administration. So, I mean, it is like quite puzzling in the sense, like for a country of 1.3 billion, it's like, it's unimaginable that there can't be any alternative narratives. But it so happened that for the past 6 decades, only one narrative has dominated. And all other narratives or the alternative narratives are scuttled, and then they weren't given their space, or they were forcibly restrained even sometimes. 2014 has been the watershed moment for India, I should say. And after that, it so happened like within a year of Narendra Modi taking into power, this cabal felt rattled. In the sense, for the first time, like they were feeling the pressure of being checked, because some of these intellectuals or the leftists, they were feeling the pressure in the sense, like for the first time foreign funds are being scrutinized, and they were like not allowed to have the kind of a freedom with which they used to get the funds from abroad. 3 rounds of dissent. The first one I could say is like in 2015, which started with the Award Wapasi movement. So the Award Wapasi movement, I should say, because like it was spearheaded by like Nayanthara Sehgal, niece of late Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru. And like it's so surprising, like being a Kashmiri, she was never offended by the genocide against the Kashmiris. Kashmiris were driven away from their places, and then they are made to flood away. But nothing has affected her. And she has received Sahitya Academy Award in 1986, and then just 2 years before, like 6 were like massacred in the national capital region, but that hasn't even affected her. And going back little further, like even during emergency, like around 4.3 million people were sterilized. Even that couldn't like really affect the conscience of these artists or writers or like film producers, who at once have like declared that country is going through the most intolerant phase, or this is the most intolerant regime in the independent India. So around 50 people have like written their Sahitya Academy Awards, saying that the government is repressive and it's fascist, and then like their conscience doesn't permit them to have this kind of an award. But surprisingly, none of them have given back their financial incentives or perks from the government, or none of them have resigned, so to say. That has been the case. So immediately after September 2015, the first thing they have picked up was like they targeted Maharashtra state government for imposing meat ban for 8 days. And this has been happening since a long time, in the sense like from the Congress days, but never there has been hue or cry about this issue. And this 8-day meat ban is to honor the sentiments of Jains, like that is with regard to the Paryushan thing where they it is like an 8-day regime of intense prayer, repentance, and reflection. So, in honoring those sentiments of Jains, Maharashtra government has been following that, and this was immediately followed by like a kind of a protest in IIT Madras, where they have raised voices against or like rather they have come down heavily on Ministry of Human Resources for for banning them from having Ambedkar Periyar group in the campus. And after that it just continued, like they have targeted like random aspects, in the sense like incidents where like Dalits have been the victims, or like Muslims have been victims, and that has been a selective outrage. Like they have continued that selective outrage, which like again it has reached to a crescendo in January 26 with the suicide of Rohit Vemula, where they alleged that this has been a Dalit repression. I had to stress on this issue again, once again, because like 20-year-old Abhishek, a Hindu boy who has also committed suicide in Sringeri at the same time, was like received no mention anywhere. It's like only the selective instances like people have been like trying to project. Their angst with government has been so selective, that has been always to foster their narrative, or to present that like they have been facing that kind of a repression and things have changed in the present system.